Cracks in the Porcelain Border is an actual play intended for mature audiences. There will be themes that not all may find comfortable, including descriptions of violence, war, death, and torture. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to Dreamers Theater. Welcome to episode 9 of Cracks in the Porcelain Border, a D&D 5.5e campaign hosted by me, Slive the Lad. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and Blue Sky under Slive or Slive the Lad, stuff like that. I am joined by 4 wonderful players, as you probably know by now. First and foremost, we have Dylan.
Hi, that's me. I'm back. I've got like 3 little bus loop handles just sitting on my desk right now. I was told to bring them. I don't know why.
That's for nobody, you piece of shit.
In this campaign, I am playing Nox, and I should probably be serious now, I think. So we do have an email if you wish to contact us. It's going to be theaterdreamer0@gmail.com. The theater is spelled with an R-E, because that's just how you do it, goddammit.
Second and silliest, Edward.
Hello, I am Edward. I am playing Valsic tonight. That is all. Thank you for your time.
You forgot to mention your classes. I forgot to ask the first time.
I'm a bard and rogue multi-class. Have fun with that one.
Valsic, how many bus loops do you have?
God, shut the fuck up, dude. What class is Nox? What class is Nox? Fast.
I am just purely a warlock.
You're a level 7, correct?
Yes.
We should have lied and said we were level 8.
No, you shouldn't. True. Don't lie. Don't lie to me. Third and thriving, Micah.
I'm Micah. If you would like to chat with us on social media, you can follow us on Blue Sky at Dreamers Theater. And I'm playing Corey, the Dragonborn Barbarian Fighter multi-class. I just wanted to get action surge. That's why I wanted to lie about being level 8.
And fourth and also foremost, Aka.
Hey gamers, I am playing Shiro Windbearer, which is a Ranger Beastmaster character. And if you can check us out on a couple of different places, we are on YouTube, and we are also pretty much anywhere you get podcasts other than Apple Music for a reason that I do not remember, or Apple Podcasts, whatever. And also, all of our artwork is done by Kittie Ravenfeather, and you can check out all of her links in the description below.
Yeah, I have no idea why we're not on Apple Podcasts either, but I don't respect Apple as a company, so that's fine.
That's
Damn,
true.
based.
Yeah. I'm kind of cool. Anyway, last time we were in the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city of Skelra and the beautiful country of Rena, we were in the midst of Valsic being chased down by a gargantuan beast who ran into Nox, and they both were running for their lives, firing at this beast. The weapons weren't exactly the greatest for the expedition, and Valsic nearly lost his life again. Nox was pretty close to dying too, but they managed to escape into a hidden alleyway that had been covered up by the sheaths, and with that knowledge that the sheaths are just there to basically hide away alleyways and secrets that the city doesn't want them to see, the two delved deeper, finding the entrance to the underground area that Rena has been excavating for a few months to years now, trying to find some ancient artifact. They went home, people did their day-to-days, they've kind of kept up with each other, but we'll get more into that later. The last thing we left off on was Corey, during his break from work, in the lunch hall in Sanctum Gentium, talking to Mouf Motor, and he requested that Corey come into the sanctum later when no one's around to discuss Corey's other god. So that's where we are going to start up. What are you feeling as you're going to the sanctum? Because I believe you are meeting up with him, correct?
Yeah, I am meeting up with him. partially because he kind of cornered me into admitting that I have another god. I'm like, at that point, like, I kind of owe him a conversation, but like, am I in trouble? This is literally like the only thing going through Corey's head right now is like, fuck, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. He figured something out. Like, oh my god, what did I fuck up? Like, I thought it would be okay. Like, I thought it would be quiet about it. You know, all of that going through his head. So he kind of like has his shoulders slumped. Like, he looks like he's a big dude, but like, I love the idea of him kind of like has his shoulders slumped and he's like, I think I'm in trouble. Notably not coming up with any sort of plans or lies to say if he's confronted on this.
Kind of in a general panic, like a little bit of anxiety flowing through him.
Yeah.
Get up to the doors as you're kind of like, it's been like 4 hours since that conversation during lunch. The sun is coming down. You wouldn't see it, but you remember that the sky would normally be a nice auburn or orange, but you have not seen the sky in the evening in a long, long time now. About a month and a half, probably more, including the travel time.
Oof.
You go up to the door. Do you knock? Do you just walk in?
I think I just walk in. This is sort of like a public sanctum, like, whatever.
Yeah, you walk in. The pews are empty. The ornate, like, beautiful stained glass is still at the very forefront, just in front of the electrum. Is that what it's called? Is it lectern? Am I thinking of lectern?
Lectern, I think.
Electrum is a currency.
For a second, I thought you were trying to say Ethereum. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, in front of the Ethereum.
Yeah, there's like a crypto machine.
Moof is crouching over a computer that looks like he's just, fuck, it's dipping.
My NFTs.
Oh no, he's a day trader.
Behind the lectern is this beautiful stained window that depicts Yolanda over the land of Rena. And you kind of just walk in. It is empty. There are still a few like scraps of paper and other tools, like you see like a carving knife and some wood have been left out on one of the tables in the side area. It looks like some people were doing crafts or something. But it is empty at the moment.
He kind of looks around. I think Corey is curious. There's a lot of like craftsmanship that happens here, like these beautiful stained glass windows and all that. And like the first thought in his head is like, is all of this made by magic? Like, did somebody like, was this a project that they got like a stained glass artisan to do, or is this all magic? Because I don't think he could actually be impressed by the stained glass if it was magic. But like he kind of wants to be.
Would you like to inspect it?
Yeah, for sure.
You can make me a history check, or you can just use your like tool, one of the tool proficiency. Do you have like glassblower's tools or any tool-based proficiencies? I
do have glassblower's tools.
Then yeah, I would say you can add your proficiency roll to it. I would say make me an intelligence check with proficiency, but if your intelligence modifier is negative, then you just get a 0 because this is your work. Like this is your craft, this is your hobby. You know this. You're not going to get a negative modifier to it.
Functionally, that's what investigation is for me, because I have proficiency in it, but the modifier and the proficiency cancel each other out.
I see. So yeah, I would say just add your proficiency to a d20 roll.
Okay, that's a 16 on the die, plus my proficiency is +3, so 19 total.
I would say this. You're looking over this. It is beautifully crafted. You're looking over at the table full of, like, carver's tools and crafts and stuff like that as well. And you don't feel... like, there's magical energy everywhere. Like, with this city, this, like, magic is so potent that you can almost feel it, like... kind of a haze around everything. And so it's hard to tell whether or not this was like, whether this is not magical or not. It probably is in some form, but it looks, you can tell by how it was made and look at the like little like seams where the metal is and all the glass and like the choices between them all. There's some imperfections that are very, very small that no one really could notice unless you were a smith or a craftsman. magic is more perfectionism. Like, if you mess up a spell, the thing that you want just doesn't really happen. Right. It's not that the thing happens and also it's kind of bad. You're pretty much sure that this window was made by hand. So
Corey has two immediate feelings. One is sort of grudging respect. I think he has a profound respect for anyone that can sort of put together something like this. I mean, these are gorgeous and they're ornate, and it's any sort of craft like this is a serious amount of time from a serious professional. But then also, like, I don't think Corey's really over the hollowness that he feels that this whole church is, you know? Like, it's sort of feels hollow or in service of a goal that he doesn't quite understand. And so those sort of two things conflict in his mind, right? And then he just gets a little angry because, like, if this is really a hollow church in that way, then, like, wow, those craftspeople just wasted their time. You know, this is beautiful, but, like, it's not in service of something worthwhile.
As KJ is inspecting this piece, you would hear a voice to the right of you. Oh, inspecting the mirror or the window?
Yeah, I have some experience with glassworking. This is impressive work. I haven't seen any artisans like this since I came here.
Beautiful, isn't it beautiful? And Moof kind of comes closer to you to it and kind of shoulder to shoulder inspects it with you. Yes, apparently this was found just off the coast, a few, probably 4 days travel from here, and it was buried under tons and tons of rubble and dirt from the Great Fall, but they managed to recover the window, and, well, they brought it all the way over here and reinstalled it, just maybe 5-6 years ago. It's beautiful. I love it. It encapsulates so much without, well, I'm no artist. I read books and try to figure out meanings through writings a bunch, and so it's hard to really get what the artist implication was with this piece, but I do love it. I think it sticks to Yolanda's principles very well, and it's just stunning.
Yeah, Moof, am I in trouble?
What? He looks at you, like, his head, like, jumps from the mirror all the way to looking at you, and he's an older man. He looks like he just said something wrong to you. Like, he looks like he just offended you, and he just realized that, and he's like, no. He's, like, shaking his hand. What? No, what made you think that?
I'm sorry. It wasn't our, it wasn't the conversation. It was, you called me here and you said, let's not talk about it there. And that's usually what happens when, like, I forgot something important or did something wrong and someone, like, wants to tell me off. And so,
Corey,
it just felt like...
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I know what it's like to be a little absent-minded and forget things, but I'm not mad about that. No. Sorry, I was talking about with a lot of... I see mining groups for years, you know, and all the time they talk about work or they talk about, Yolanda, which is great. It's great to practice worship, and especially inside the sanctum, but when they discuss foreign affairs or when they discuss other deities, they have difficulties sculpting their minds around it. And so I didn't want to make a bad affectation with your crew, as I've seen you make very good friends, and I did not want to put you on the spot and mention something that you didn't want to in front of all them, as it is your business, but I have heard about it through the grapevine, not willingly, but it was something that was mentioned, and I wanted to discuss it with somebody that had some form of faith.
That's fun. I guess I'm glad I can be of help or service, I suppose. Corey is just confused. He does not like the idea of intellectual curiosity in any way, shape, or form is kind of like to him. So he's just kind of like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever you say.
Great, yes, come with me. And he just kind of goes over to that crafts table and he starts putting a few things in small bins in like wooden buckets to kind of clear the table for you. He's just putting them away very carefully. Come, sit. Let's discuss. I've not actually heard which god or goddess you worship outside of Yolanda, so I was curious.
My goddess, her name is Tione. She is a goddess of the forge, from Vicania.
Yes, the goddess of creation and forgery, right? Smithing, I guess, is some better way to put it for some people.
Yeah, yes. My family has ties with her. Some story, my draconic ancestor fired her first forge, I think. Anyway.
Oh, the Dragon Claire.
Yes, that's my ancestor.
Oh, of course. I don't know how I didn't see it before. I'm so sorry. I am blessed by being in the same room as ancient lineage.
Oh, thanks. I think she's pretty cool, firing a forge. I wish I could do that with my breath. I can only really manage a little bit of glass blowing, but full metal melting is a little bit beyond me,
Yes, a full dragon's fire is quite the thing to behold. I've only seen a dragon use their breath once, and it was the third time I've ever seen a dragon. But it was breathtaking.
Yeah, it is. And the usage of that for building. Fire takes so much, but I love that it can be used to make something worthwhile.
I think I can understand that. I was wondering, actually, do you know other gods of creation? There's the goddess of creation, Floisha, who I've studied a bit about less recently, but I do remember her name. Do you know Floisha at all? The goddess of creation and birth, opposed to your goddess Tione of creation and smithing.
Flopecia?
Floatia. It's fine. If you don't know her, that's fine. I was wondering, do you know anything about Tyrannican? As you do a lot of smithing, and you said you do craftsman. Tione with smithing, there's Tyrannican's relationship with Tione was kind of great. The god of change in mining. So getting ores and then changing. I'm surprised we don't actually teach Tyrannican teachings for you people, for the miners up in Blue Flame, but I am not sure.
I'm tried to. I just, for funsies, rolled a religion check just to see what it would come out as, and it came out as a nat 1, so that's a -2. So, like, this guy...
Move just starts talking your ear off about gods and religions, and it's going completely over your head.
Yeah, I'll be honest, my training is far more hands-on than reading. I've never been much for anything written, really.
I see. So you practice through ritual rather than through scripture.
I guess you could call it that. I just practice by making things. That's, my father and my grandmother taught me how to use the forge's fire for smithing, and they taught me woodworking, and they taught me glass blowing, and I was always taught that making is the sacred art. Honing your craft, that is the sacred art. You just you do that every day.
Yes, I mean, for a god of creation, and especially a god of smithing, the best way to honor them is to partake in their domain, and so it would be best to make things rather than read about things. I think that makes more sense. It's why I didn't know much about Tione, because a lot of her teachings are through ritual and through doing things, so I never had time to research her myself fully, because that requires a lot of time and a lot of skill building, which I was working on other things, like researching. But I have to ask, this is a question that I want to ask, since you seem not to be fully... well, you have a very different perspective on gods and worship than me, I assume, so I wanted to ask, where does your faith come from?
First off, I don't think anyone has ever asked Corey that question ever in his life. At least not directly or in a way that he would understand. It's been my whole life, right? You know, my family line is from Calais. I grew up in a town called Stillforge, which exists to honor Tione. I suppose my faith is just built into me, crafted into me, you might say. It is woven into every part of my essence, from the time I was born, from before I was born even. There really was no room for doubt or any other path. I just was told, this is your path, and I was good at it.
I see. Well, out of all the gods to be raised with, I think Tione is a strong one, and served you well, I can see that. May I ask a deeper question? Do you know what faith is to a god?
I don't quite understand the question, quite honestly, sir. It's a little beyond me. I don't know what faith is to anyone but me, you know?
Yes, okay, I see. Sorry, I'm trying to, I suppose this is just, I've researched so many, and I guess this is my own perspective, and I don't want to cloud yours in any way, and I hope not to, but I wanted you to take into this idea that I had.
Okay.
Faith is, in some form or fashion, a transaction between the worshipper and the worshipped. I don't like the word transaction. It makes it seem too business-focused or game, but there's a symbiotic relationship with the gods. They are higher beings, but without us. If you were born, and no one told you of Tione, and no one told you of Calais, and that was how life was, and no one spoke or wrote or crafted in Tione's name, would she still be around? If there is no faith in her to grow, then is there even a god?
I suppose not. Although these kinds of questions are why I don't like reading very much.
that is fair enough. But then I ask another question here. I'm going to get into a lot of topics. You don't have to answer them, but I just want someone to discuss with.
I suppose my question to you then is, where does your faith come from? Why Yolanda?
Not just Yolanda, Corey. I have lived many, many years, and I have decided to come here to study Yolanda. I decided that 30 years ago. Before, was born of the Isles. And in the Isles, we learn of many gods. Every different village or city you go to worships a different god and teaches you and has different teachings about what's the most important thing to them, and you choose whether or not that sticks to you, and if not, you move on, or you stay in the city and accept their rules and rituals. But I want to know more. I relish in the fact that I could learn of a theocracy and research it in depth. But if you ask me where my faith comes from, it comes from the fact that without the faith, the gods don't exist, and without the gods, there is no teachings. There are teachers, but every god is of a domain. And that domain is specific to them, at least the subdomains. There's a whole thing where there is no gods that just have one domain that overarches everywhere. For example, the gods of weather. There's not just one god of weather. There's god of weather and rain and snow. There's the god of rain. There's the god of sun. There's the god of disasters, and they're all under weather. But
You're all sick?
no, they're not all under the weather. They're all under the weather domain.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. I was just fucking with you on that one.
Oh, that was a joke? Oh, sorry. Yes.
I'm sorry.
It was good. It was good. Yes. Sorry. No, I get in my head and then I think too much and then I get a response and I'm just kind of on. I just keep going. So I apologize. Good joke. I did like it. Haha. But my faith comes from some knowledge that without the gods, some people will be lost, and some people will not have a place to be. The transaction for us, what we get out of faith, is sanctity, is knowledge, is a way to go forward. It's an opportunity to learn something that we may not have ever known about if we did not know of the god. Would you have ever picked up crafting if you didn't know of Tione? It's hard to say that you would even live in the same area.
Corey is taking this in, the idea of people having a place. And, he's slowly starting to get the idea here. So, if Rena didn't exist, there wouldn't be a Yolanda?
I would say that is entirely possible. But just because this is a land ruled under a god does not mean that if Rena goes away, Yolanda disappears. It's more likely that people who have taken into Yolanda's teachings or have remembered her name and have shared faith in her, that she will survive and she will most likely outlive most civilization.
Corey's brain is so full right now because my brain is full right now too.
I do have under the question. I have to ask you.
Sure.
Through all
Go
this,
ahead.
there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of being and a lot of understanding, and I understand that it is not exactly easy to keep track of and keep up with. But through my research, I have found something that is perplexing. I spoke before of gods and their domains. Pla, the goddess of death and rebirth, is different than the god of death and funeral, or the god of death and necromancy, which does exist, and they are worrying, but I've taken up their teachings a little bit, and I understand small pieces of why someone would find faith in a creature like that.
Interesting. Alright. What's perplexing?
You've been to enough of my sermons. I know you don't get to hear all of them, but I think you've known enough. What is Yolanda's domain?
Magic, right?
Magic and what?
I'm not sure I have an answer. It just kind of is.
I don't either.
Oh, that was a rhetorical.
You know what a rhetorical question is? Sorry, that's not in character. That's not in character.
Shut the fuck up. My character has -3 intelligence. I'm trying to get him to put together the pieces.
You, Corey Calaire, know what a rhetorical question is?
Whoa!
Whoa. So, are there other gods of magic?
Well, of course there are. I think. I'm sure there are.
Yeah, but you don't know about them.
The islands does not focus on magic much, but there are gods of magic. I just mentioned the god of death and necromancy. That is a magic. I've heard of ones of evocation. I've heard of ones of elementals. You know, the elemental gods. Gods of fire, gods of water, gods of air. But there's no god that... Even gods of fire are not gods of every flame. They are gods of lightning, gods of storms, gods of wildfires.
Yolanda should have a smaller domain.
She should, if she follows the rules of every other god. But in all the scripture that they allow me to research, and even some that I've found myself, I have not found anything that denotes anything other than a goddess of magic. I would also like you to make me an insight check right now, Corey.
Yeah, I can do that. That's a 17.
Nice.
Nice.
As you look at Moof, who is this frazzled old Goliath, and after he says, like he discusses how his research has basically failed him in some way, you see him have some sort of deep grief in some form, and you're looking back at all the times he's ever done a sermon, and his excitement of praising Yolanda, and his excitement in speaking the scripture. The other worshippers, the other speakers that you have, especially in Blue Flame Cave, remember, when he spoke, he burned. And he would use that as proof that Yolanda is acknowledging him. But we know that that's the same thing that happened to you the first day you were here when you committed sacrilege. Not once has that ever happened to Moof when you've seen him worship, like in worship.
Yolanda, this place really is hollow. Not you, Moof. I need you to understand, I think your faith is probably the most true for Yolanda out of everyone's. I don't think Yolanda likes what Raina's doing.
That is a bold claim, Corey.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that out loud. Look, I think Corey lays out exactly those two. Like, I think Corey is just gonna trust this guy. Like, fuck it. You know, this guy seems very genuine and interested, and like something is like latched in Corey's mind of like, wait a minute, this divine source may not be what he thought it was. Like, so I think he lays out that whole line of argument, like I did the prayer, I got bitch slapped divinely, and then I saw the same thing happen there. I know that's a bold claim, but I see no other reason for a goddess to punish adherents.
It's a lot to think about, and I will keep it in mind, but there is also the possibility that gods are frustrating at the best of times. If you were to hole yourself up in a shed and just read a bunch of Tione and pray to her and not craft a single thing in your life, do you think that you would not be punished by the god?
No, I think I would be punished for that.
Not harshly, but there is something to be said that you have to commit to the worship that you spout in some way, so it could be just that some people don't know what the right way to worship Yolanda is, and well, I'm not sure, but I'll have to think about it. Saying a lot of these things out loud is not the best, and I've been keeping them inside, and now that I've spoken them loud, it makes me want to think about them more. So I'm getting a bit tired, and so I would just ask you, please, return to your home. It's getting dark, and we would not want any Nurk to escort you home.
Of course. I'm sorry if I offended you.
No, no offense. I am a scholar and a priest, all the same. What's your passive perception, Corey?
My passive perception is 14.
As Moof gets up and starts walking to the back of the sanctum, to his private quarters, and you start leaving, you hear this metal bowl clanging, and someone trips in the shadows. And you just go, you hear, Drax! Oh, and someone starts beelining it to the exit.
Did I recognize the voice?
Vaguely.
Because that sounded like what's her face? The one that I threatened.
It is not her.
Okay.
It is not Nova. No.
Okay, because that's like my first reaction. If I don't recognize that voice, I'm gonna bolt after them.
Make me an athletics check. We'll contest this and see if she manages to make it to the door. She will have advantage, but she is not good at athletics.
Boom, baby. That is a 12 plus 8 for a 20.
For a 20, I rolled an 18 on the die, but she only has a +1 purely because of her strength. She has no proficiencies.
Get
Oh,
fucked.
super close.
I also rolled a nat 1 on advantage too, which was funny because she nat 1 the stealth check. So you manage, as she's sprinting towards the door, you manage to just like stand right in front of the door and cut her off. She would kind of like stop right in front of you. It's the older, I would say mid-aged woman who no one's talked to since like session 2, but she's been in every worship. She's been very much a true believer. It's Calamity. It's this human middle-aged woman, hair down. She's a botanist. I don't know if anyone even remembers Calamity at this point, but I believe Valsic talked to her on your first day.
Oh yeah, I totally remember her.
Oh
I fucking
yeah.
don't.
Oh yeah, Calamity, of course.
I actually do now. Holy shit.
I'm just sort of like stopped in front of the door with my arms closed. Do you enjoy the show?
Get out of my way.
I can't do that until I know what you heard.
What I heard is none of your business. I am doing what is right, so you should get out of the way and...
What is right, huh?
Moof has now looked over and is starting to... What's going on?
She may have overheard some of our conversation when I said things out loud that should not have been said.
Yes, you're both heretics, and you will pay for it. So let me leave now.
When she calls me a heretic, oh boy.
Fucking killer.
No, I'm gonna go into a rage.
Alright.
But I'm not going to take an attack yet. You know nothing of heretics or my god or even yours. No, don't speak out of turn in a way you might regret, or there will be another goddess on your door besides Yolanda. And I would love to make an intimidation check, and I get to use my strength modifier for this because I'm in a rage.
Jesus Christ.
Is that allowed? Am I allowed to?
No, go for it. Holy fuck. Jesus. Chill.
Bro has no chill. That is an 11 total.
Yeah, I think that beats. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think Calamity has started to, she's started shaking, but she does have some perseverance throughout. She's definitely lowered her tone. I will not accept your ill words against the other overseers of worship, and on my goddess Yolanda, especially in a house of hers, in her sanctum. It is sacrilegious.
Fuck, I really do have a choice here. I'm in a rage. You know, this lady is still calling me sacrilegious, and I think I pull my arms back, and it looks like I might be about to, actually punch this woman, but instead, at the last moment, I just smash the shit out of a couple of pews that are right next to me. And then I sort of leave a rage, and when I exit the rage, it sounds like hot metal being quenched by water. You just hear this enormous just hiss of all of this energy sort of being released, and Corey steps out of the way, sort of comes back to himself a little bit from being in a rage, and he just looks at the woman and he just says, I'm sorry for, I'm sorry. And he just runs away.
I think Moof would call after you, but I don't think that will change
No,
your action.
no. I think he's scared and he's overwhelmed, and I don't think he meant to go into that rage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It was almost instinctual.
Yeah, he got called a heretic, and yeah, no, I think he's just like, I think literally the last thing he says is just, "Fuck this place," and then leaves.
I would like you to make me one more intimidation check. And I will say this has, because you barely, I would even say you kind of failed the last one. This has a lot of weight. I will tell you now, this depends on if Calamity stays quiet or not.
Absolutely. Do I roll it with my charisma mod, or do I roll it
You
with
were
my strength
raging.
mod? I was raging. Okay, perfect.
And I'm going to count the, whether it was intentional or not of KJ, the breaking pews definitely does send a message.
Absolutely it does. And that was violence that was originally I'm sorry, guys. Corey fucked up big time. Do you want to know what I rolled?
Don't tell me.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh shit.
Okay.
That's but Corey runs back to his house.
KJ, you run back home. It's nighttime. Your food comes in. It's delivered. You all take your time to rest this night. And like clockwork, the walls begin to glow, and that sickly chime comes over the radio. Well, the runio. The sickly sweet sound of Cain Whitwer returns to your homestead.
My hubby.
No, he's mine.
He can be everyone's hubby, all right?
Yes.
Yes.
You said you said that like it sounded like you were dying of thirst.
I thought it was like he was on a windmill and he was going, yes.
I was gritting my teeth with how excited I was for Cain.
Fuck yeah. Hello to the beautiful members of the Punity and the rest of you heroes. Time for another check-in with Cain. As you know, I'm Cain Whitwer, and wow, folks, do I have a story for you all. But before all that, I heed a grave warning. We have gained new information on Valsik Khalil's thieving assailants. What we first assumed was a small group of ruffians has turned out to be a large net of peacebreakers. We're closing in on them, but we would appreciate any and all information you have of suspicious individuals. Feel free to talk to the nearest Nuruk to report any and all deviation that you assume dangerous. I promise you all, as a member of the Sworn, with the help of her grace, we will wipe out this stain off of Rena, and you will no longer fear your neighbor. On a lighter note, there is a beautiful opportunity coming to each and every one of you. That's right, it's that time again. The Sworn are recruiting any and all who wish to try out. Do you want to learn battle tactics and get your own weapon forged, blessed by Yolanda's greatest worshippers? Then join House Taylor. Do you have interest in traveling and uncovering magical artifacts? Then try House Nahale. Do you have a passion for story and derive pleasure from entertaining the masses? Maybe you want to succeed yours truly. Then try joining House Claw and become a part of the greatest tales in all of Plina. Recruitment will be available throughout the month until the festivities end. I know the Punity never take, but I will remind you that all Punity members are also available to join. As a final note, the Arcane Elders are incredibly impressed by all of your work. They have been speaking higher of you than some of the Sworn. Keep up your amazing work, and remember, you're the best of us. Hail Yolanda. And while you can never get used to it, you start to buzz out the cacophony of people hailing this god. After the announcement, who's worried about possibly being caught?
Right now, at the moment, I don't think I'm terribly worried about it.
That they're
me.
Yeah, I'm also worried.
Yeah, what's everyone's mind at right now?
I'm a
where's everyone's
professional.
mind? Yeah.
I don't think I'm too particularly concerned at the moment. I feel like I've blended in relatively well.
We are going to drift off into sleep. The three of you, everyone but Valsik, sleeps in a cot Valsic sleeps on a mesh of fibers and fabrics that could be found and scavenged, and you all fall asleep.
I'm gonna use performance of creation to make a king-size bed.
He makes a king-sized bed, and Nova and 3 other followers are like, holy shit, and sleep on the king-size bed because it is huge.
No.
Yeah, sorry, bud. Gotta share the bed.
Should have made a twin
Gotta
size.
Part of the cult.
Part of polyamory.
Part of the cult. Part of the bed.
Part of polyamory? Is this
I
called...
didn't enjoy to any of. I didn't consent to any of this shit.
Nope. Too bad.
Too bad.
Too bad.
You're saved by the Raven Queen, so now her followers get to sleep on
Part of
your
the
bed.
cult. Part of the polycule.
Fuck.
That's part of the fine print, actually, that she talked about in the session where you met her. I don't think you remember it, but it was, like, right there. It was, like, super there.
If you
The
join, my
gaslighting.
followers get to sleep in your bed platonically.
Yes.
DM is gaslighting me.
What? No. Shiro, we're gonna start with you. I know. Holy shit, it's you.
Also, was that a long rest moment? Certified long rest moment?
You will all get a long rest. Yes.
Certified long rest.
Certified longest pongus.
Man,
Longest
really good.
because my
That's really
rest
good.
long.
Because I am out of hit dice.
Shiro, fall into your bed and start to sleep. You feel your mind drift and fall apart away from your body. Without even knowing it, you're back in that small forest you called home. As you gain your senses, you realize that you are saying goodbye to your parents. Cheryl and Tom Windbear, with their bows on their backs, and you can see their very, very, very fine leather quivers, are leaning down and crouched down towards you, saying goodbye and that they will find dinner for you very soon, and just to set the table.
Can do, fam. I really wanted to throw you off with that, and I'm glad it worked.
God.
Wow.
You do that. As the two of them walk away, you feel something wrong in the pit of your stomach.
I sure do.
As they go into the brush of the forest and the view of them finally fades, you realize that this is the final moment you ever saw them.
So glad I get to relive this with the fun day that we just had.
Hey man, I don't blame me, blame the notes I wrote. After just a moment of seeing that unflinching brush, we shift. You are now a year older, and you're walking into your home with no one there. It is empty, untouched since last you touched it, or touched anything in there. The life is drained of this home. What does Shiro do in his hometown before he left?
Well, for starters, I feel like with what you were saying with the house, that he still is not at all used to it being empty every time he comes home. I imagine he expects things to be changed or something to be moving, or of course for someone else to be home. So he almost has this blinded optimism as he walks into the door, to then immediately get slammed back into reality that this house is solely his now. I imagine he was living very steadily through the lead of his parents. So they taught him pretty much everything that is his life. Like, he never thought about going against the grain with what they were doing or what to do, like, not in like any sort of like bad connotation, but like he just enjoyed the life of like just being immediately followed in his parents' footsteps. So I think that he's been trying to just get through, continuing to just be not a farmer, but more just kind of keeping a lay of the land around, and certainly not socializing with anybody within the last year. More keeping to himself and pretty much just keeping everything afloat that's around him. And I still think he does have a bit of a connection with animals, to where he knows that he can nurture them, but he is really standoffish with any sort of people right now.
Yeah, so you're probably doing some scouting, maybe some hunting, maybe some like gathering, just generally like going around the forest and trying to avoid home in some form of fashion.
Absolutely.
But every night, no matter what, nowhere else to go, Shiro comes back home.
And I think there was an arrow that had a little notch that his mom had made for him, and it's no big like family crest or anything like that. It was kind of something as a marking, and it was used primarily for training purposes, but he holds on to that arrow and he keeps it right at the front of the house on like a little like end table type of thing. And that's really his biggest kind of like physical piece of his family that he still keeps, because otherwise everything else has pretty much just had to be maintained and moved around, and looking at stuff that's a bit too familial is very painful for him. So the arrow is really the only thing to where it's almost a like kind of a symbolic thing of like moving forward, but at the same time it's the only thing that he can manage to like stomach to keep looking at without immediately breaking down.
It feels difficult to move, partly because of the dreamscape that you're in, but also because of the feelings that are coming in while being back in this home. When was the last time Shiro was in this house in reality?
Pretty much as soon as he was able to get out and just handle things on his own, he kind of almost went, I don't know if nomadic is the right word for it, but he didn't want to stick around. And he knew that he was very skilled with his ability to be able to stay and keep himself safe outside. So he pretty much just made sure that everything was accounted for. And then as soon as he was able to leave, he kind of just lived off of the land, because he felt a lot more comfortable there than having to constantly be reminded of everything outside, or inside, I guess is the better word.
Yeah, so it's been, what, 3 decades maybe? 4 even?
I think
or no,
so,
wait,
yeah.
Because, yeah, full elf, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, the memories are fuzzy. The walls blur together. The bark that's made of, the wood, it's all details that are not sticking with you anymore. The fading pieces of your life, you thought that you'd remember it forever, but a lot of the details start to go missing without you even thinking about it. And as you stand there, you hear screaming, and you look behind you to see in the distance what must be thousands of miles away, so large, these giant pieces of earth falling to the ground, described to you as the greatest calamity known to anybody. The Great Fall happened before you were born, but it was something that your parents always talked about, and you can only imagine what it is. And your imagination is telling you that it must have been horrifying to bear witness to pieces of earth plummeting into the ground from a sky that you didn't know was limitless. And the shockwave that hits you throws you back into your home. The door shuts and locks, The windows break, and the night sky blinds you inside your home as it feels like you close your eyes, but really you are just waking up for the first time today.
I imagine that it's one of those like nightmare wake ups where like your heart is like in your throat basically.
Yeah, it's hard to breathe. It's not like one of those ones that jolt you up. It more jolts your eyes up, and you struggle to breathe for a few moments just before you finally like catch yourself, and it all starts to blend in that like that wasn't real.
Mm-hmm. And then right as I'm starting to understand that I'm awake and back in this world, Char is literally just sitting above me, looking straight down, like face to face with me, and just does like that dog head tilt thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any noise. It's kind of just like, well, you're not looking good this morning.
What's up with you, bro? Then we will move on to Valsic.
Oh boy.
Hey, Valsic. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing today?
What acts of terror will I be committing this day?
Good question. Valsic, in your king-size bed, you start to drift. It is a comfy sleep, and that is nice. Although it is a little cramped now.
Motherfuckers.
Valsic, you find yourself drifting as well. The last few sleeps you've had have been empty. You go to sleep, you wake up, nothing in between. It doesn't even feel like you've really slept for a long time now. Ever since your death, sleep has not really felt like anything. Before today, you finally get rest. Real rest. Valsic, you find yourself in darkness until a spotlight shines into your face, a magic light rune beaming directly onto you, giving you the entirety of the stage to a crowd of people that are all wearing masks that cover their entire face, almost like white cloths tied behind their back. They're being suffocated. You can hear their heavy panting and their struggle to stay conscious, but you can tell that all eyes are on you. You realize you're a bard of creation. You can think of any tool you want for this stage play. This is your greatest performance yet. This is the biggest audience you've ever seen. This is bigger than the amphitheater you were working at. What kind of show does Valsic Performa put on?
That is a good fucking question. Probably what he's best at, a magic show. Something that's magic that can't just be taught. A mix of both actual magic and well-trained illusionism.
Okay, I would like you to make a performance check.
That's a nat 20.
This is the performance of your life, Valsic. You pull out cards, you do these big stage shows, the box, the magic, you get runes out, you start casting spells willy-nilly, sparks fly, fireworks go off, the stage doesn't burn. People are amazed. Every firework that goes off, you can see through the white sheet. It becomes just a little bit transparent, and you see a skeleton underneath the cloth and the wrappings and their body. The animation seems off. They clap and stand like they're being controlled by something else. You continue performing, and at the very end, you get a standing ovation from everybody. You are amazing. You're brilliant. They're asking for an encore. They're cheering, screaming for it. You're out of breath. You're on your knees. You're bleeding. You're not exhausted from the show. There was no show. You look around. There is no stage. There's no crowd. It's just a small alleyway. It's nowhere. You remember it kind of. You used to sleep here. When you were just starting out, you used to sleep on the streets, and people are walking by. They don't even see you. They don't look even in your direction. One person does for just a moment, and they walk by. There's a knife in your stomach, and they walk by you. They're not interested. They don't care. And you feel that same feeling you had in the embrace of peace, of life leaving you. But you don't get the graciousness of seeing treasure right before you go. You see these people that can't admire your greatness, that can't see you, that didn't even get to see what you did. They don't see who you are. They don't see your magnificence. And you feel your heart stop trying to keep up this worthless sack of meat, because the people don't want what you have. And then you wake up. Nova's still on the bed. Some of the other cultists are. People are asleep. It is before sunrise even.
Valsik's just shooting upright, whipping the sheets off, and just like muttering under his breath, "Motherfucker!" And he's just leaving.
You sprint off outside of the lair, outside of safety. We will move on to Nox. No, actually, we'll do Corey. I think Nox should be last.
Oh, that's scary. That's scary for you.
KJ, you found a way to sleep after the anxiety, the anger, the frustration, everything that night was keeping you up, so you didn't think that you even could sleep. But at some point, while your mind was racing, your body gave up. So you must be sleeping. But you're standing in Stillforge. You're home. You're just on the outskirts, right away from the villages and everything. Your grandmother is in front of you, and she grabs your hand.
Corey, I respect your decision to leave.
Her old faded scales clasp over your hand. She looks worried, but she looks content.
Yeah, Ma, it's just, there's a lot of memories here, and, well, I think you and Sis got the forging thing taken care of, but I will miss you.
Me and Eve will take care of it all. Just promise me that you'll make good friends along the way, and you'll do good things for everyone.
Yeah, of course.
I know you will.
That's what I do. Good things.
You'll make beautiful friends, Corey. I know you will. And you'll have a life worth living with the people that love you and you love. That's
Aw,
all that matters.
Thanks, Ma. Since when did you get so sweet?
Since my grandson decided to go off and go slay monsters and do a bunch of crazy stuff. I have to say these nice and kind things for someone that I believe in, because someday you're not going to be in a good spot. And I want to make sure that I say something to remind you that you better get your ass home when you're done being a giant berserker.
All right. Yes. I'll help you out with the forge when I get all this adventuring out of my system.
You better!
Maybe I'll... And he goes to mention his father, and he can't. It just sticks in his throat.
I know. He was a great man. But you are just as great, and you will be greater. You will do greater things. I know it. You just need the right people to guide you. And I know you'll find them. You attract the best people, KJ. I love you.
I love you too, Ma. Don't let Eve slack off too much, okay?
Of course. I wouldn't dare. And she goes to embrace you in a hug.
Yeah, I give her a very nice, warm, big hug back.
As soon as you make contact with her, you are no longer in Stillforge. You are under rocks. You're embracing a boulder that is crushing your ribs. You can feel the blood of your compatriots trickling on the back of your head You don't know whether it's Porter or Miravel, but you know it's one of them. It could be mixed. You know that they are dead instantly. You can't see any body, any piece of their remains. They're under a landslide. They're under rocks, this cave-in. It's crushed your compatriots, and it's crushing you. You feel the fire of Kalair burn in your chest as you manage to barely push this rock off of your chest, and now you are stuck in the middle of a cave with nobody. And you hear him laughing.
Do I know where it's coming from?
Beyond the rock wall. You hear him start laughing, but after he hears the movement, he goes, "Oh, KJ, is that you? Are you still alive in there, you big lug?"
I am still alive. And if I ever get my hands on you, I'm like crawling. I mean, like I am like on my hands and knees crawling. If I ever get my hands on you.
Oh, that's cute, KJ. You want to get your hands on me?
Oh, I thought that was Porter's job. Wherever he is.
Sorry, you were saying something?
Fuck you, Blimich. I'll fucking kill you. And I'm gonna look for him. I'm trying to look for where his voice might be coming from or anything. Can I see him or a direction or anything?
I would say you're just like start to dig away at the rubble to try and like go through the cave-in. You managed to move past, because this is not like a dream sequence. This is a memory. This is you going through the cave-in, surviving the cave-in that Blimage caused.
Yeah, I'm digging through the rubble. I'm just kind of desperate at this point. Like, where are you?
You start digging through, screaming his name, trying to find Blimage, and he keeps taunting you all the way through, but you manage to finally move the final rock and crawl through out of the cave. You are not in a cave anymore. You're in Skelra's town center, right in front of the Yolanda statue. And he stands there with his mask over his eyes, the hands of Yolanda covering his eyes with a marble mask. His nice blue clothes are flowy and simple. He's twirling a wand in his hand, and he looks at you.
But you'll never find me. You don't even know who I am. And you never will, because you're just not smart enough. All you do is smash things to bits like the boulders that killed your friends. Look! Watch this.
And he removes the mask, and the face that you try to make out is empty. And like fog rolling in, images of people wearing slightly different clothes, acting slightly different builds, slightly, very minor alterations of the original Blimage that you still have burned in your memory, start to walk around, no mask. You're overwhelmed by the crowd walking past you. Do you try to find him?
Absolutely.
You dig through the crowd, trying to find the right one. I want you to make me an investigation check.
Absolutely.
With disadvantage.
And I mean, this is like literally me shaking. Like I go up to each person and I just kind of start shaking them. Cause
yeah, you look at them, you know that this is the wrong one, because as soon as you grab them, you hear his laugh right behind you. Every single time.
That's a 2.
You search through this crowd. You go through the entire... It feels like you walk down the entirety of Skelra. You go down every path, every route that you know, and you shake down every person that even looks like him. And you think you have him every single time. But every single time you're wrong. And every single step you make, he mocks you. Every single time you try to do the right thing, he mocks you.
You're just gonna get your friends killed again. It's a shame, really. They seem kinda like... decent to you. Like Porter. You're not looking too good, buddy. That necklace might go boom soon, but...
I feel that necklace. It is feeling warmer and warmer. It might actually be burning me if I didn't have resistance. I should have never told you about that.
Do you use the necklace in the middle of Skelra, in the capital of Rena, surrounded by Blimage?
Absolutely. Corey takes the workhorse necklace, the pendant from around his neck that he made himself when he was 9 or 10, sort of as a coming of age act. And he sparks a fire in his hand, a rage fire in his hand, that white, hot flame. He melts the necklace.
Divine fury, the emblem, the peace, a show of faith that Corey held on to for years, turns to ash and dust and disappears in a sparkle as the contract is fulfilled and Tione delivers. From your chest erupts white, hot fire into a radius that engulfs half of the city. And as you feel the fire burning inside you and tearing you out of this realm, it is not just fire, it is magical fire from a god herself. You are being torn asunder. You are being removed. And as you start to feel nothingness, you start to acknowledge non-existence. The one thing that stays is Blimage's chuckle at your attempt to kill him. And then you wake up.
Fuck. He is trembling. I think he's literally, there is a burn mark from where he's been laying down on like his cot. Like it didn't burn all the way through, but his body had heated up in his sleep so much that it like scorched this cot. All I can hear is that laughter.
We will move on to Nox. You're a spirit. You sleep. Kind of.
I have trance, but yeah, I kind of, I guess.
Like, you are asleep. You are in a state that is similar.
Yeah.
You feel disconnected from the world, at least. And as you sit down or lay down, however you choose to enter this trance, the flow that you normally feel is interrupted. This kind of sense of self-certainty, meditation gets interrupted. You see the image of a woman. Just the silhouette. It's a small, human-ish woman, you think? You think they're humanoid. Mm-hmm. And she's standing just in this endless void. You can tell she's talking to you, but you can't tell what she's saying. She looks unsure. As she stands, she's kind of wavering a bit, you can tell. As just pure silence engulfs you, you finally hear one thing. Promise me you'll come back. And in a blink, you are miles above land that you don't fully know. Make me a history check to see if you can recognize this place.
Okay. That is a 6.
You know it's somewhere in Vacania.
Okay.
But you have no idea where. And you zoom into this older home in a small village, kind of outside the normal rankings. You see that there's a emblem outside this house that shows some knowledge of Vacanian, not royalty, but noblehood. It's an acknowledgement of greatness
Okay.
of Invacania.
Yeah. Okay.
And the small door in this house kind of holds it up in front of the door as this sign of greatness. A small girl opens the door, but you can't see any of her details. She is just a silhouette, voided out. And she runs out and starts going to a nearby farm and starts to pet the animals and look at the farmers and talk. Those people aren't silhouetted. You can see them. They are people with features, and they don't look familiar at all to you, but you can at least acknowledge them as beings and investigate their looks and all this, but this little girl doesn't exist. And what you assume is the mother, who is also silhouetted, comes to take her home. And then you are being dragged out off the land, and you feel something holding onto your chest inside. You would assume it's your heart, maybe it's your soul. Something is gripping you. And you hear the caw of a raven.
Oh, shit.
A sound that you are haunted by in some form and fashion.
I guess, like, very uncharacteristically of Nox, I'm looking around frantically.
Do not worry, my little soldier. You are not in bad company.
Am I, like, restrained in any kind of way?
You can move your body freely. You're in a void, and it feels like something is... It feels like gravity is almost impacting you, like, just lightly enough where you're being tugged down just slightly, but something is keeping you up by that grip in your chest.
I see. What is this?
This is a meeting place. I just wanted to talk to you finally. It's been ages since I last got to see you. This voice is not unfamiliar to you, but it is foreign from humanity or any semblance of knowledge. It seems otherly and outworldly. The fact that you can understand what they say so succinctly doesn't make sense in your brain.
I don't understand.
Oh, right. I suppose you do have an enormous amount of independence compared to other people I deal with. That's right, you weren't supposed to remember me that well, at least. It's good to meet you again, Nox.
I have a gun in my hand.
Just, are you aiming it at the void?
I'm just like, yeah, I'm like shooting back and forth to different areas, because I feel like this voice is kind of all-encompassing, so there's not really a place I should be aiming at. But I am
it's
doing
not. It feels like it does feel everywhere, like everything. You fire off, the gun shoots off magic bolts that caw like a raven, almost as a way... It's almost another taunt towards you. And as the magic flashes, you see all around you are raining raven feathers. There is a humanoid figure somewhere, but every time you look towards it, it's back in your peripheral.
No, that's not freaky at all.
No, it's not. It's really cool, actually, and awesome. Nox, you're being quite rude. I invited you into my realm, and you're shooting the place with my magic. That's not very quaint.
I didn't ask for an invite.
How else was I supposed to take your little, scavenger hunt of my people? My little creatures. You were looking for them, weren't you?
I suppose.
It's time for you to fulfill your end of the bargain, Nox.
How do you mean? I don't have a bargain with anything.
No, not exactly. It was quite a fair deal. I give you magic and this form, and you do what you wish. So do what you wish, Nox. I know how much you love investigating. You saw her, didn't you? Both of them.
Yes.
You want to know who they are, don't you?
I'm not responding.
You are missing something, and that's due to the fact of how difficult
It was to get you back. And so you're missing a lot. And I have been gracious enough to make sure that you can get all that back soon. I just wanted to check in on you. You seem so disorganized. I mean, this whole plot is going quite wild, isn't it?
I'm working on it.
How are you even going to kill Blur? Has Valsic even told you about the deal that we made?
What?
Oh, he's so bad at communicating. Oh, that's so frustrating. You, well, he, and by proxy, you, are to make sure that this kingdom falls. Completely. I don't like the idea that the king had. I picked through Valsic's memories a bit, and as much as he doesn't pay attention, at least I can hear what he hears. That's the goal. Or at least stop them in some form or fashion. The plan that you're going on is fine for now. You haven't even gotten into the crust. You haven't even gotten to him.
Suppose I don't have much of a choice here.
I mean, I can't force you to do anything. That's part of our little agreement. But would you let Valsic die a second time? Because if he doesn't fulfill his end of the bargain, his soul is mine. And I'll make sure that every time you go in this little trance, you will hear what he has to say. I can't hurt you, and I can't make you do anything you don't want. But I don't have to make things easy for you, Nox.
I'll do your mission.
Thank you. And after all this, even before, I'll give you a nice reward.
Do you have any
When?
information that we could use for this?
I have plenty of things, Nox, but it's difficult to commune with my cult. What do you wish to know?
Oh fuck, I didn't think this far ahead. Oh, piss, get back to me on that one. I guess the main thing is just like what this guy is capable of.
Okay, how would Nox ask that?
The immortal one, you want us to take him out. The title kind of suggests we can't. Is there any kind of secret that you would so graciously bestow upon me?
The eternal hymn is a lie, first and foremost. To call him even immortal is sickening. I've met immortals, and he is just a thief of the title. But I will say, I think all the answers you need lie underground.
In that hole that they're digging?
There is a place that you would not probably normally go down. A research division inside the location where you will find the artifact. That research division is hidden underneath the armory. If you go there, you will find secrets that the world has forgotten.
Got it. Out of character, is the armory I don't think it is, but is the armory the place where we got our crap from?
She's saying that there's an armory underground.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
So to go underground to the armory that's underground, and then go under the armory that's underground.
Do you say all that in character?
No.
Okay. Because I feel like they're going to just be like,
Yeah, I guess so. That sounds really stupid when you say it that way. Is there anything else you wish to know?
How do you suspect we get around the NERC to get our squad down there?
I don't believe you can get past the ones that are guarding the area. But if you're quick enough and brutal enough, you can blame it on a monster.
Right.
There are dangerous things underground, Nox. Restless spirits, hidden atrocities, aberrations that the mind cannot handle. I wish you good luck. And as soon as you return that artifact to my little group, I promise that you'll know the faces of those that block your mind. Are we done here?
I kind of just nod at, like, in general, I guess, because it's not really a figure. I kind of just nod out.
I wish you good luck. And you can call on me anytime, my little soldier. You're my favorite. I want to help you in any way I can. Ta-ta!
and with a flap of wings larger than maybe the planet itself, you're shot away and open your eyes back in Skelra.
I'm gonna get up and punch the wall.
And valid. It is a rough night for all this group. Now we can get into work rolls. Yippee! Let's do some work rolls after this small break.
Fuck, I have to do the only thing worse than having your memories taken hostage by an eldritch deity. Work.
Dun dun dun.
A job.
Okay, be right back.
Work time. So we're gonna go top of the turn order, or top of the thing on my Discord. Corey.
Hey, so something kind of interesting happened last week. Corey, in a fit of, one might say, rage or frustration, did not complete his quota, which means that I now have to either pay 3 gold, which is quite literally all of the money I have, or I roll my con saves for disadvantage to avoid getting,
To get something.
It's the fucking sickness that everybody...
Cast sickness?
Cast sickness, that's what it is. It's the fucking cast sickness. So...
That's just what you guys coined it. There's no name for it.
I literally thought you said cast sickness.
That's not like, there's no like actual label for it.
Oh,
Because no one talks about it.
okay, but we named...
But yes, you can call it cast sickness. That is apt.
Yeah, so we named our universe's Black Lung.
Yay!
Okay.
Go team!
Sorry, this is all a long way to say Corey is very much in a fuck this place kind of mentality right now, so I will be not paying that 3 gold, fuck them.
Fair enough.
We're gonna roll con saves with disadvantage here.
Heard that. Are you gonna do that first?
Yep. First up is my con saves.
Okay. That is a DC 15.
This guy's gonna fucking die. Mom is
That
yelling
is a nat
upstairs.
1.
Ugh!
I'm on my hands and knees, like my shirt is flowing in the wind. I'm outstretched. Hallelujah! It happened. Corey rolled poorly on his fucking work job. Well, I guess he's always been rolling poorly, but specifically the con save.
The con
Ah!
save is... Yeah.
Ah! Ah!
This is proof that our DM is fucking evil.
What?
I mean, am I allowed to
Probably.
reroll this with the nat 1?
You will keep disadvantage, and you will take the damage, so you can reroll it.
Realistically, I think Corey is feeling kind of self-destructive right now, so I am gonna stop.
Okay, this does 2 things actually. Very interesting. Yippee. So we're actually gonna take a break from the work rolls. Like the first work roll, we're gonna take a break.
I'm sorry, guys.
Real quick to do a scene here. So Corey, you're at work. You've been smashing. Like you're angry. You are frustrated. For something that might be mentioned at the end of the work rolls, you are furious, just in general, about everything that's been happening. This whole place is a shit show. You had a pretty bad reminder of what Rena is in a lot of ways, and you start breaking the cast open and almost like shattering the mineral, and the vapors that start to emanate out of it, you can see are moving throughout, but you inhale so much of it that you start to feel numbness in your extremities. And while you're working, you take just a small moment to look at your hands, and you take off your gloves, and the tips of your fingers all have that glossy white marble or porcelain look to them. And you can feel it in your toes as well, that numbness, this cold, glassy feel just on the edges of your body. And as you're taking a break to look, you hear what sounds like smashing a vase or a plate dropping before screaming.
Uh-oh. I mean, I immediately look around.
You look over, there is Nurk sprinting off in the direction of the scream, And for a moment, nothing happens until you see two Nuruk carrying a woman. Like, one's holding her shoulders up as she's basically getting gurneyed out by the Nuruk. One is only lifting her left leg. As you see Rila Berman. I don't know if you remember her, but she was the one the coworker that you talked to a little bit.
She
was like the
cast
very.
sickness.
She had
because she
in
was
her leg.
because she was essentially devout in like it was asceticism.
She was one of the Punity who don't take it.
That's right.
She's a member of the Punity, which are the blessed by Yolanta, and you see her leg is like her right leg is shattered. If you had to assume, it fell and broke out of her own weight, and you see blood pouring out like it's a decanter.
Oh God.
And she gets rushed out of the mines as she's screaming in pain and just speaking Yolanda's name to save her.
I think Corey very instinctively like reaches back to that necklace as sort of a reflexive pseudo prayer, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'd like you to make me a religion check.
Oh great, you're making me roll all my int stats today.
With advantage. It's your god.
Hey. That's an 18 on the die, so 15. I never
You're not
tire of
burned,
saying
you're not
that.
hurt. It is not a empty place of worship. It is not a place of worship for another god. And you feel that your prayer is answered in some way. For just a moment, these happen from time to time. There's a tremor in the cave. The Nuruk just kind of are telling everyone to calm down, and they'll make sure that there's no cave. Like, they'll deal with the cave in if it happens. Just everyone stay near a wall and make sure there's no stalactites over you. And then the tremors end, and you are all ordered to resume work. And we will continue the work roll. So next, Nox, what's up? So what are you going to be rolling today?
That's me. I'm rolling all my things today. What are you talking about?
Yes, but what are you rolling right now?
I finally have proficiency in land vehicles, which means I will not be failing constantly.
Yay!
Yay! So I'm gonna do the first land vehicle one.
Okay, that is a DC 13.
Okay. That is a 14.
You make it! Congratulations!
I'm a winner!
Yay! Shiro!
Hello.
Hello. Oh, also, Corey. Sorry, I forgot, actually. Because of the extremities thing, because of the cast sickness. Corey, can you mark down on somewhere cast sickness 1 of 5?
That's fucked up.
That is so fucked up, but yes, I can do that.
No problem.
That's so fucked up. Let's overthrow our DM.
Well, that's kind of the job. You're kind of overthrowing. Shiro, what are you doing for work?
I'm going to do my Arcana check first.
Okay, Arcana check. That is a DC 10.
Oh, jeez, alright. 15.
15? Holy, yeah, you do it. Good job, buddy.
Oh, yeah, bud.
And Valsic, you do not have a job, but you still want to get info, so just roll me a flat D20.
Fucking no job, Jerry.
Unemployed.
The unemployed need to
Fuck you. 17.
17. That's very good. So you can get some. You can answer with a 17. You can answer a question inside anything, including some minor things about the Sworn. But you can try to go for a nat 20. Let's make this more interesting. How about this? It's basically it's deal or no deal. Either you can keep the 17, or you can roll again to try and get a nat 20, which means a question or an answer on anything. How about that?
Do I get any modifiers added to it?
Nope. It's pure luck.
Sure, fuck it, why not?
You want to keep the 17?
No, I'm rolling for the nat 20.
Hell
Oh my
yeah, baby. Corey, we're back. What's up, Corey? What do you... an athletics check, please. DC 17.
DC 17. How about a 25, bitch?
Oh, you do your job
Wow.
well. Wow, that's awesome. Nox, please make me an investigation check.
Where did I put
DC
my-
17.
Oh, that's 16.
Oh, do you want to reroll?
Yes, please.
Okay, you take 7 damage.
Ouch.
That's a couple.
And now you can reroll.
Oh, nat 1. Great. Awesome.
Would you like to reroll?
Yes, please.
You take 8 damage.
Haha, okay. Well, I failed again.
Would you like to reroll?
No.
Okay. You miss something. Something gets stolen while you're on the job. Drats, you don't get paid for 2 days, pretty much. Shiro, what are you doing?
I will do my nature check.
DC 15.
How does 16 sound? Whew.
Just enough. That's what I'm talking about. Valsic, you can roll another D20.
I rolled a 2.
Do you want to keep that, or do you
I'd
want to
say
reroll?
that's like. I mean, that was for the. That was for the previous one where I got to reroll for a nat 20.
No. This what we're doing.
Oh.
We're basically doing. You have 3 chances to roll something high. The first one, like basically, after each 3. Or after each one you roll, you can either choose to keep it, and then you don't have to roll for the rest of the thing, or you can re-roll again and try to get something crazy.
Sick. I rolled a 2.
Okay, so do you want to keep the 2?
I'd like to roll again.
Okay, then you'll roll. Your final roll will be next one. God, I love gambling in my TTRPG.
All on black.
Corey, athletics check DC 19, please.
Okay. 23.
23 is a pass. Nox, because you did not pass your last check, I'm just not going to make you do the highest DC. We'll just stick you at DC 17. You can get another chance to try and...
Oh, that's
still
okay. I'll fail anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, actually, I got a 19.
That is enough, because I'm nice. Save.
Well, it
Wait,
goes up to
damage.
22.
Oh, shit,
No,
never mind.
23.
It doesn't matter if I'm nice or not.
Yeah, fuck you.
Not bad. Shiro, your go.
You almost called me Shorty.
Shorty, it's your turn with
Shorty.
a DC 18.
It's your turn, Shorty. All right, animal handling.
Shorty
gives me
Windbearer?
justice. Let's call it 23. Flawless
Yo,
week.
this guy's nuts. Okay, you get paid your full amount. Corey also gets paid his full amount, but he pays in other
Oh.
ways.
I'm so amped up thinking about my dead parents.
You're just distracted, like, tending to animals and farming, that you're like, I just don't, it doesn't even matter, We'll just do some busy work. Let's just do some busy work. And finally, Valsic, can you roll me one final D20 to see what information you can
Oh,
get?
I sure can. You're not gonna fucking believe this.
Was it nat 20?
That one!
It's another 2.
Oh!
Awesome.
Oh, okay, well then that means you can ask one question about basically any civilian in the city or any small thing like that. Up to basic things about the nerd.
Ask it about me.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to know about Nox.
What would you like to know about Nox?
Fuck if I know. He just wants me to know about him. Who's someone who would know stuff? Obviously, I don't.
What is in the city is, like, you could figure out, like, you can't figure out what the beast is, because, like, you would have come back and the cult kind of is aware of the beast, but they haven't done any research into it because it might kill all of them, right?
Well, that's fucking lame. They worship like a god of death or something. Come on, isn't it part of the gig?
Yeah, but they have to, like, live to, like, get the whole thing done, and there's only, like, maybe 20 of them in total.
Lame.
But you could figure out, like, something about maybe the magic runes that the security uses or anything like that. Like,
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? I love rune technology.
I would like you to... Actually, what's your spell save DC? We'll base it off that.
Oh god, my spell save DC? That's a wild choice.
Yeah, why not?
My spell save DC is 14.
They do not beat it. So they kind of
Awesome.
ask you for a bit of help, like bardic inspiration, some creation stuff as for tools to get there, because you've been conspiring with these guys. Like,
Oh, I'm such a conspirator.
yeah, you're the biggest conspirator for the conspiracy. So you're helping them. They get some stuff, and they're just like on it, and they manage to figure out that that the security is activated through a basically just a mass activation rune at the edge of Heroes Valley.
Interesting.
It's kind of the same way that Kane Whitwer's stuff works, where there's an activation rune that he carves into and then speaks into, and all of the bricks with the same rune attuned to it. So they know that somewhere on the edge of Heroes Valley there is an activation rune in it, but you can also use that activation rune as a way to cast certain spells on the doors, per se, or whatever rune you attach it to.
Oh, interesting.
An example could be if you learn what rune is on the bricks, you could invade the radio waves.
Oh my fucking god.
Yo.
Boys, I just got a bonus objective.
Radio terrorism?
Yes.
This is awesome.
So actually, we're going to go over to Sanctum Gentium again. As you guys are all walking into the pews, you wait for a moment, and there is no one at the lectern, like usual. You wait and wait, till eventually a man in House Nahale garb, wearing a full priestly getup, I would say, goes to front and speaks loud. Hello, I am Killian Brancher, a member of House Nahale. Sadly, Muf Motor will no longer be available to fulfill his role as overseer of worship, so you will have me instead, and I promise I will try to be just as jovial and entertaining as he was. But I like to put my own spin on things, so I hope you can tolerate it. And he begins to do his sermon, and he speaks of stories and speaks of scripture, and he proves himself that he is beloved by the God by showing the light that shines on him and burns his skin. During worship, you all have time to communicate with yourselves. So, what is the plan, everyone?
I think I got Moof fired.
Oh, guys!
I think I did a fucky wucky. I don't really feel like doing that doing it all in character, but I will relay to you the conversations that I had with Moof, and very sheepishly that I may or may not have scared an old woman.
Yeah, there are 2 broken pews.
Oh.
That's not mentioned.
I point at them. Is that you?
Yeah, they were looking at me kind of funny, and I just lost it, you know?
Fair enough.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I thought Moof was nice and all. Do we have a plan? I think that's a good question.
Well, I suppose now is an excellent time to let the other 2 in on the fact that there seems to be something under the city, and we have found the entrance to it. I decided to do some snooping around a few nights ago, and after being chased down by... Oh, fuck. No. I almost said Mr. Beast. like unironically.
Mr. Beast. I narrowly survived.
I don't want Beast of Balls. Leave me alone.
So we locked down all of Skelra and let 2 contestants run from their life from me, Jimmy. They have no help, no allies, and are running low on spell slots as I chase them down. They don't know that I have immunity to physical damages. How will they survive? Find out now.
But first, we're sponsored by Manscaped. Okay, sorry.
Sorry. That was you? That awful noise the other night?
Oh, well, no, I didn't make the noise. There was a really big... Oh my god, I almost said it again. There's a really big bear-like creature. Volsic was there as well, and we managed to narrowly avoid it by going through an illusory wall into kind of a backspace that seems to be some kind of passage for the Nurek. Within that backspace, there's a hole that was being guarded. That's more than likely the entrance into whatever they're trying to get at down there.
You lost me at a bear and hole?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Right.
What Corey would actually say would be something along the lines of, "Oh, next time you go out at night, let me know. I would have tried to break down that barrier and help you out."
Well, it was sort of spontaneous. I just happened to come across Valsik running away from the bear thing.
Well, all right. Yeah, just let me know if you need help next time. I am gonna get to help you guys break into the thing, right?
Yeah. You see, that's I think where we're gonna have to go. This artifact is down there. That's of fairly large importance. I had a vision the other night of the same kind of force, supposedly, that Valsik you met with.
Raveny shadow person.
Yeah.
I think I know the one.
They also indicated to me the same kind of task as you have. I'm guessing that's what they told me. That is to get down there, get a relic, basically.
Huh. Well, I still
Yeah.
need to find that book.
Well, they didn't mention a book.
And the bag.
Didn't
Was
mention
it
a
a box?
bag either.
It was one of the two.
Didn't mention a box either.
It was a container of some form, I swear.
But regardless, the deity told me that it is a part of the puzzle to basically causing this empire's collapse, which they desire. And now this isn't really the nicest place, so I wouldn't be too, sad if it did collapse.
Kinda deserved.
I also don't think Yolanda would mind if this place collapsed.
According to the person I met, the person who gave me the quest for the bag or box or whatever it contains that has the book in it, they also don't think that Yolanda likes the state of this place.
Yeah, because that was the whole thing with Moof. Yeah, that was the whole thing with Moof yesterday.
We
What is
do
it with
still
raining
have our tasks,
artifacts?
though. How are you guys wanting to do this?
Murder and steal? Probably.
No, not the question I'm asking. I mean, we need to come up with a solid plan to get to that entrance, get past the guards that are there, which I severely doubt they will not leave that hole unguarded, so we'll at least have to fight our way in there. What we're going to do on the inside.
I think
Look around?
I think Valsix has the right of it. Murder and steal. Murder.
There
and
we
steal,
go!
Murder and steal. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It's always worked for me.
Shara, do you have any input, or are you also on the murder and steal team?
I mean, it's a bit risky to murder and steal, especially in the the state of things right now. But I can't say I have the best idea of another option.
Well, 1 for a carefully planned approach, 2 for murder and steal, 1 abstain. That means we are going to go and murder and steal.
Let's go! I could use a bit of murder and stealing.
No,
You say that to me frequently.
after the dreams I had a few nights ago, I could use it too.
You also had strange visions?
So did I.
Yeah.
As did I.
That's kind of interesting. Were there strange deities in your dreams that say that they know you and you don't know them?
Lots of dead people.
Just a deity that I know exists.
No, just my dead parents.
Oh, no
I
dead
feel like
people
the
in
way I
mine.
phrased that was very not in character of me.
Just like dead parents.
Just like my dead relatives. What's
Just
up?
like my dead parents and shit, you know?
Why even bring it up? It's not even that important.
Come on, why do you gotta bring the vibe down?
Yeah, keep it light.
Yeah, I turned to Shio. What the fuck, man? You're ruining the whole vibe.
You're ruining the vibe
Talking
of
about
worship.
gods and deities. You're killing the fucking vibe with your dead parents.
Can you
Fuck.
just let me enjoy worship? Jesus Christ.
Like,
When you
holy
had asked
shit,
me-
man.
about the plan that we had, I was really tempted just to be like, I miss my mom.
Holy shit.
That's
That's
depressing.
awesome.
Can someone run down what murder and steal is as a plan? Do you plan on
Yeah,
going
look,
out?
I'm stepping
we
away.
go in there, we murder, and then we steal.
I'm stepping
Okay.
away. I'm gonna
Okay.
let Corey and Valsik like do the plan stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna be like, yep.
I think what we do is we be sneaky when we go over there. You should know the way, so you take us there, and then... how many guards were there last time that you saw?
I don't know. I look in the sky.
There were about 2 or 3.
And then I look back at Corey. 2 or 3.
I could kill 2 of those bastards myself. So, we murder our way through, and then
we steal.
we steal. We steal artifacts because that's what Reyna does, so we should steal artifacts back from them.
Sure. I think it would be best to do this plan at the nighttime or just on the cusp of it. How confident are you all in getting out of your houses past curfew?
Easily.
You don't live here.
Could probably make that happen.
You live across town. You don't count. Your home has a king-sized bed and rocks.
The rocks are a great addition.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. I can get out fairly easily. I want to pull out the map that I have, and I want to just point at the place. I want to point... Oh, no, not directly at the place, but I want to point at a dark alley near it that would not have anybody in it as like the meeting place. Everybody, we're going to meet here. The entrance is going to be just across the way. You have to make absolutely sure that you are not spotted. This is a highly restricted area. As I mentioned, it's I hypothesize that it is a Nurk passage point, essentially, which means it's going to be very, very well guarded and well patrolled.
I've never been caught in my life.
That's just not true.
What are you talking about?
You died.
Yeah.
I did no such thing.
I made a dagger out of your horn.
I was fine.
true.
I came back. That's all that matters.
Right. That doesn't take away from
okay.
the fact that you got caught.
No, I didn't get caught. Getting caught means someone saw me. No one saw me.
In
There,
the
he's
background,
right
you can
again.
hear rumors of Valsik, Khalil, and people are like really hyping you up as like this big, like monster. Like I remember his horns were huge, and he did always have that like kind of like evil vibe to him, right? I heard that he's a full-on demon. He's not even a tiefling. I've heard he's a full-on demon sent from the demonic realms to actually kill Yolanda.
What the fuck? I mean, yeah, that's kind of the plan, but come on.
You say that out loud?
No.
But yeah, like there are rumors of Valsik like over like a lot of people are kind of like rumoring about this like mastermind terrorist pretty much.
See, they think I'm a mastermind.
They think you're a terrorist mainly. Also,
They think I'm a mastermind.
they also think they also think that you're like gonna get taken down, and a lot of people are like in that like some of them are like in that macho state where it's like, if he was here right now, I'd kick his teeth in. I'd beat him up and send him to the Nurk myself, that kind of shit.
They can go fuck themselves.
So we are gonna cut away from worship. The moon starts to rise on the cusp of dusk, and you all plan to sneak out into the night to obtain an ancient artifact deep under the ground of Rena. But that will have to wait till next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Now it's time to wake up. Take care and be well.